You can definitely experience some negative drawbacks if you're new to fasting. Examples include headaches, low energy levels, aches and pains throughout your body, and digestive issues. All of these things are likely to improve over time as you adapt to fasting. Once you get to about 3 days of fasting, the processes of enhanced immunity, autophagy, and reduction in inflammation continue at an even deeper level. There's also evidence that the body starts creating hematopoietic stem cells, which can help regenerate many other types of cells throughout the body. But of course, at some point, the cons really start to outweigh the pros. Even though studies show that humans can survive several months without eating, these observations are mostly seen in studies on hunger strikes and in very controlled clinical settings. That being said, without medical supervision, fasting for 3 complete days is extremely hard for most people. After 72 hours, not only will the body be much more likely to start breaking down muscle tissue, but it might also start leading to vitamin and mineral deficiencies as well as digestive issues. Research observing a 41-year-old man fasting for 40 days gives amazing insights into how a 3-day fast can be better than fasting for a longer time period. In this study, we can see that ketones are produced in greater quantities during the first few days of fasting, and after the 5th day, the levels are more or less neutralized. Researchers also observed a maximum of 0.9 kilograms lost per day in the first few days of fasting. After that, the rate of weight loss slowed down. So it seems that you get the most out of ketosis during the first few days of fasting. This also guarantees that most of the weight loss will come from stored fat rather than muscle mass. Up until the 3rd day, your body attempts to avoid protein catabolism and muscle breakdown and instead tries using ketones to take over as the primary energy source. After 3 days, however, we have 3 indicators that show us that the body might have to resort to breaking down muscle tissue to fuel itself. First, we have a study that demonstrates that by the 3rd day of fasting, the glutamine concentration in skeletal muscles falls by 34%. Glutamine plays a major role in maintaining and fueling lean muscle mass. Its role is to stimulate the absorption of other amino acids by the muscles and increase the rate of protein synthesis. So when glutamine levels drop, it means the rate of muscle breakdown will increase in its relation to muscle protein synthesis. This is a recipe for muscle loss. The other 2 indicators are negative potassium and nitrogen balances, which worsen after the 3rd day. First, potassium is paramount to maintaining muscle mass, and when it's low, it leads to muscle weakness and cramping. To avoid this, you can supplement your fasting with potassium, which has been shown to have amazing effects on muscle maintenance. Meanwhile, nitrogen imbalance is another indicator of protein loss, or in other words, your body has already started breaking down muscle tissue. All in all, anywhere between 16 hours to 3 days is a reasonable fasting duration to strive for. The exact amount highly depends on your experience with prior fasts. Think about it as the ideal sweet spot that ensures that you get the advantages of fasting and that they outweigh the drawbacks.